We are back with the American Dream. This time we're heading into Seattle to find out what's going on in the real estate market there. I get to speak with two pros, Ed Laine, he's a partner and managing broker, and Janice Kai, she's the property consultant. They are both with Hometown Advisor Real Estate. Ed and Janice, how are you doing today?
Great. Good to be with you.
Awesome. It's great to have you on the show. So I know Seattle's market has been changing and evolving. What is it like right now?
Well, as you probably have read, Seattle is one of the hottest markets in America, if not the hottest. So right now we're kind of going through a phase of a mix of good and bad news. The good news is we are seeing an increase in new inventory coming on the market, and that is going to relieve some of the pain that a lot of buyers are feeling. The bad news is that we have been in such a severe seller's market that it's literally going to take years for us to get back to any sort of semblance of balance, but at least the trend is in the right direction finally.
I'm sure a lot of people are relieved to know that it's trending that way, but it certainly still is a seller's market. Janice, what can buyers do, or what should they know in a market like this?
Actually, Seattle is really a crazy market. So as buyer, you have to be ready. When I say ready, that means emotionally and financially. So you have to act very aggressive. That means you probably need to weigh a lot of contingencies when you're writing offers. That does not mean you don't do the homework. So that means when you do the homework and you feel comfortable, you can weigh some contingencies. Also, as buyers, you may need to pay something called emotional premium. That's something over market value for the right house at the right location with right schools. So as buyer is really hard. And also you need to work with some good realtors and to get some off-market properties so you don't need to participate in that bidding wars.
That makes a lot of sense. And good realtors, as you mentioned, are really important, which I know you two are. So let's talk about sellers. Do you think that they would be wise to wait in a market like this?
No, definitely not. As we have been actually suggesting for sellers, actually, if you want to sell your house, the sooner the better. Wait is not a smart choice. Definitely is not a smart move. So simple and plain, move quickly as much as possible. Ed, do you want to elaborate more?
Yeah. The thing, Kara, is that if a seller is thinking about it, what they really should do is just look around their neighborhood. And what they're going to find is there are no other homes for sale. So if they act quickly, they can sort of be the only person at the party, and that's when you get the bidding wars and the escalator clauses. The other thing that sellers may not realize is the Fed has already indicated that they intend to raise rates 3 times this year. But if you ask folks on Wall Street, the question really isn't if they're going to raise it 3 times, it's whether they're going to raise it 4 or 5 times. And both of those issues, as inventory rises and as rate rises, the pressure on pricing goes down. So buyers' ability to pay for their homes decreases as rates rise. So all of these things add up to downward pressure for sellers on their homes, and that puts a premium on getting it on the market sooner rather than later.
That makes a lot of sense. So sellers, if you hear that, you have to just get on the market as soon as you can. And if you're a buyer, those rates are going to continue to raise. And if you notice, even 0.5%, even 0.25% can mean a car, can mean so much more than it really looks like. So Ed and Janice, thank you so much for bringing up these topics. I know a lot of buyers and sellers can find a lot of benefits to this conversation. So thanks again for being on the show.
You bet. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching The American Dream. We'll be right back with more.